This is not the first time that he's been violent with me. I am afraid for my safety and for my children's safety. I'm just asking the court to increase his bond, place him on home confinement, and make sure and verify his residence and make sure there are no firearms in the home.
Emotional testimony last week from Kristin Evans, the ex-girlfriend of former NFL running back Zach Stacy. He remains free on a $10,000 bond today, despite her plea to increase the amount, all stemming from an alleged assault that took place at her home on November 13th. It was caught on surveillance camera. A warning, the video is disturbing.
Zach, please, Zach.
Kristin is here with us now, and she is joined by her attorney, Thomas Feiter. Kristin, I'm sorry for what you've gone through. I thank you for being willing to come on and talk to us. I think one of the things that was so disturbing also in watching that video is that you don't seem surprised that he's coming after you. Is that because you had experienced it before with him?
Yes, and I just try to de-escalate the situation.
Did the judge get any input from you before setting this bond at $10,000?
Initially, no, I was not able to be heard at the first hearing.
And when you found out that the bail was set at $10,000, what was your reaction to that?
I think I was more concerned for my safety rather than the bail set. It was more of the sanctions that were not in place that I felt I wasn't safe.
Do you fear any retaliation from him if he does get out of the home? Apparently he's going to go to a treatment center, but do you fear retaliation because you've been public and vocal about protecting yourself?
Initially, I did feel that way. I feel safer now that there have been more sanctions placed by the second judge. So, yeah, I would say initially I did.
Tom Feiter, you are her attorney. It's a great name for an attorney, obviously.
Thank you, Dana.
Tell me a little bit about the fact that I believe that there is now a 5-year restraining order that has been placed on Zach Stacy.
Yes, Dana, good morning. Yeah, we did have that hearing yesterday, and effectively, Zach Stacy was adjudicated to be domestically violent toward Kristin Evans. So that's just an added layer of protection that we feel was beneficial for Kristin here as a victim or survivor of domestic violence.
And what
so
do
she now has.
What do you think,
ahead.
Tom, about the bail that was set or the process that went underway? Do you think the laws should be changed to help protect people like Kristin?
Well, I think the laws have already been changed with respect to Marcy's law. What's most important to us here in this case is that victims need to know that their voices will be heard and respected, and their safety and welfare will be considered before defendants are released. I mean, Kristin Evans here was the victim of a horrific violent attack at the hands of an ex-NFL player. And even with that caught on video, her voice was effectively silenced and she was not heard at the initial appearance. He was even allowed to be released before she had her day in court. Now, fortunately, that was remedied by the presiding judge, but we feel that's a problem. And that may be part of the systemic problem with why women and victims or survivors of domestic violence don't come forward. They need to know that they will be respected and their voices will be heard.
Kristin, I imagine that you never thought that you would be in this position, but now you have made a decision to speak publicly and try to help others?
Yes. My goal is really to help bring resources to other domestic violence survivors and just to help them regain control over their lives and move forward. It's very taxing mentally and physically.
Tom, guys, go ahead, please.
Yeah, please go ahead. I was just going to say, I think victims need to know that they will be respected. Now, I think the word is getting out on Marcy's law. If they don't feel like they're getting the help and support they need from the law enforcement community, they can now reach out to private attorneys to file motions on their behalf. They do have standing in courts now in Florida to file those kinds of motions, and we will ensure and fight to make sure they're believed and their stories and voices are heard.
Tom or Kristin, whichever wants to take this. I just had one last question, which is, Kristin, obviously there's concern for your safety, but you were also very concerned about your babies, your children. You had a 5-month-old that was there, right there. We can see him in his bouncy seat. So, Tom or Kristin, what happens in terms of custody, or if there's a 5-year restraining order, how do you handle any sort of ability for the father to be able to see?
Yeah, of course, nothing's going to change the fact that Zach Stacy is the biological father of their child. There is an ongoing paternity case, and we'll deal with those matters, those very delicate issues in that case. But I think first, we need to let the prosecution do their job against the defendant in this case while respecting the dignity and the welfare of victims like Kristin Evans.
Kristin, thank you. I hope that you continue to heal. Thank you for being a voice for all of them. We appreciate
Thank
it,
you
Tom,
so
as
much.
well. We'll stay in touch with you. Thanks.
Wow.